Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the playoffs here in season number 7 in the Denver Bears franchise. We will be taking on the Cincinnati Reds in the NLDS. They absolutely obliterated the LA Dodgers in the wild card game 10-0. Walker Buehler got the start and got absolutely shelled. And now here come the Reds. They have a very, very deep team. You can just see all the names: Patrick Dwyer, Austin Hayes, Marte, Jonathan India, Donnie Bell, Aquino. I mean, they have so many guys that could change the game. So we will see if our great pitching, #1 in ERA as far as a team in the regular season, we'll see if we can carry that into the playoffs and also pitch pretty well. Now, Luis Severino gets the start in game #1 for your Denver Bears. 1.15 whip in the regular season, 15-8, 3.14 ERA. And he will face Hunter Green, the ace of the Reds. 3.89 ERA in the regular season, 1.38 whip. Now, we will be playing at Dish Network Field for game #1 as we do get a strikeout there. The first batter of the game will go down on the outside slider. Austin Hayes, he comes up. He's swinging and missing as well. 2 strikeouts for Severino to start it out. That's going to bring up Patrick Dwyer, who grounds out to Zion Storm, getting the start at second base here, and he does throw to first base. And we will get out of the first inning. No damage done. Here comes Bryan Reynolds, who actually leads off this game. I'm trying him at leadoff today. He swings and misses at that inside cutter. It's going to bring up Benito Ozuna, and he flies out to center field as that brings up Jesse Winker, our superstar of this series so far, and I guess of the entire thing. 1-1 pitch. He goes to opposite field. This one's low and out of the zone, but he still gets enough wood on it to hit it in fair play. That one will just be a fly out to left field. Here comes Nolan Arenado to the plate. He goes up the plate, and that one will be a single here with 1 out to start out the second inning. Now, Arenado did not hit well in the regular season, but I'm hoping that he will just bring that veteran presence back to Denver here in the playoffs as Chris Stewart comes up and he swings and misses. 2 outs, Zion Storm. He hits one deep to left center. This one's got carry. It might get over the center fielder's head, and it will. Ground rule double as it bounces over the wall in center field. As now we have men on second and third. 2 outs in this second inning. C.J. Abrams at the plate. He gets one over the middle of the plate. He cannot keep up with it. 98 mile an hour from Hunter Green. 4th inning action now as here's Luis Severino. His 50th pitch of the game will be a line out to Zion. Bringing up the next batter, Nunez, who strikes out at that high heat. Donnie Bell hitting in that 5 spot will just fly out to left field. Severino has been very good for us. This is the last year of his contract. Just remember that. As now we hop into the 5th inning. Another swing and miss. This time it's Jonathan India at the plate. He goes down. Tyler Callahan at the plate now facing Severino. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, and he gets fooled. Another strikeout for Severino. 2 outs here in the 5th inning as that brings up Canario to the plate. A little tapper in front of the mound. It will be thrown on to first, and Luis Severino has not been touched yet in this game. Bottom of the 5th inning, though, where's our offense at as C.J. Abrams gets walked, and that brings up Severino. Let's see if we can bunt him over, but we will send C.J. on the next pitch, and it will be safe at second. So now a 1-2 pitch. We're going to at least try to lay one down, and he cannot get it down in fair play. We tried to at least get the runner over to third base, but that's not going to work. Bryan Reynolds back up at the plate. 1 up in the zone. This one will be hit to left field, and it will just be a fly out. There's no runs in this game at all. Severino still dealing, though. Here is Green at the plate trying to help himself out on the mound. That's the 7th strikeout of the game. Bringing up Patrick Dwyer with 2 outs and another strikeout. Severino is putting on a show here at home in game #1. As we move to the bottom of the 6th inning, let's see if our offense can finally get going. There is Benito. He gets a hit to the left center gap off of Hunter Green. He's got good speed, but he will stay at second base with a leadoff double. Jesse Winker at the plate now. He hits one deep to right field. This one's got carry, but it just hangs up in the air. It looked further off of the bat than it actually was. And we will advance the runner over to third base as that brings up Jared Walsh, who was traded for Will Benson in the offseason. Strike 3. That 99-mile-an-hour fastball, we just cannot keep up with it. Arenado at the plate. He is 1 for 2 today. Can he come up with the first RBI? And he gets good wood on it, but it's just going to be a fly out to center field. No runs through 6 for either team. It looks like this is going to be a pitcher's duel all the way to the end. On to the top of the 8th inning. Severino still on the mound. Strike 3. His 9th strikeout of the game. Canario back at the plate. 0 for 2 today. He hits one to the right side. That one will be snagged by Zion Storm and thrown on to first. What a great defensive play. Zion Storm finally getting an opportunity to start here. So that brings up Andres Gimenez to the plate, and he will ground out to Winker as he moved this game into the bottom of the 8th. Brian Reynolds at the plate, 0 for 3 in this game, hitting in that leadoff spot, but this time he gets one to left field. Anthony Kay comes in to pitch out of the bullpen for the Reds, and Reynolds with good speed, he makes it to third base. All right, a man on third base, 1 out. And now we have the middle of our lineup coming to the plate. That's going to bring up Benito to the plate. They have their infield in, hanger over the middle, but Ozuna just hits a ground ball back to the pitcher. Incredible. The one thing that you don't want, a strikeout, a ground ball in the infield, or a pop-up in the infield, and we do just that. Here is Winker at the plate. He cannot come through. A swing and miss, and we're on to the 9th inning. 0-0. Matt Foster in the pitch now for Severino. He walks one with 2 outs, bringing up Renato Nunez to the plate. He goes to left field, and that one will get past CJ at short. And now they have runners on first and second here. 2 outs. It's going to bring up the 5-hitter, Donnie Bell, 1 for 3. He hits one up the middle. That gets through. They're setting the runner from third. The throw home in time. Brian Reynolds with the cannon from center field. He gets the bounce off of the mound. What a great throw by Brian Reynolds. Let's take a look at that again. That was just absolutely on the money. Reynolds playing center field for a reason, and it was just a perfect throw. On to the bottom of the 9th inning, Jared Walsh into hit now to lead it off. Let's see what he can do. He gets a low pitch, and with one swing, this one is over. Jared Walsh comes through. We traded for him in the offseason, trading Will Benson, and this was a big reason why. Benson just could not hit the ball in situations where he needed him to, and Walsh comes through in the 9th inning, and the Bears will take game number 1 off of one swing of the bat. Jared Walsh, a 1-0 game 1 victory here for the Bears. 6 hits by both teams. Severino absolutely pitched a gem. 9 strikeouts through 8 innings. Just an excellent game from him. We move on to game number 2, Mike Soroka versus Luis Castillo. We will see what happens here as we have our last game at home before going on the road to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. And we'll see. Mike Soroka gets the start. He has been fantastic for us, especially last year. He was definitely our best pitcher. And now here we go. Luis Castillo, he's one of their best pitchers. 1 hit by Denver so far through 3 innings. On to the top of the 5th inning. Can Cincinnati get something on the board? They do get people on base and do score 1 run. And now it's 1-0 here for the Cincinnati Reds. On to the 7th inning now. And our team only 2 hits in this game as we get 3, but cannot get a run across. On to the bottom of the 8th inning. Luis Castillo still on the mound, and so is Soroka. He's given up 6 hits. He's getting low on energy, but he's pitching very well. He gets through 8. On to the bottom of the 9th. Can we get something at the plate with Winker? He is the last batter, and he cannot. A 1-0 victory in both games here to start this series, in game number 1 and game number 2. On to game 3. Justin Maxwell gets the start, and Ozuna leads off this game with a home run. And that gives us the 1-0 lead. Dakota Hudson on the mound here for the Reds. And let's see if we can get some hits off of him. Guys on first and second now. Bases loaded, and we cannot get anything going with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. On to the middle part of this game, the 4th and 5th innings. This is going to be Hudson. We do get a couple of hits off of him, Reynolds and Winker, but we cannot come through with another RBI. A no-hitter going through 6 innings for Justin Maxwell. He finally gives up his first hit. He gives up 2 there in the 6th, but no runs doing here for Cincinnati. On to the bottom of the 7th. They do get 1 runner on. They get 2 and then cannot come through. How about our pitching in this series? Maxwell, he's still at half energy. I mean, he is just cruising through this game, giving up 3 hits, and now we move on to the bottom of the 9th. Nunez gets on second with the double here with no outs. We decide to go to the bullpen and bring in Jordan Hicks. We will do just that, and Hicks just shuts down the next 3 hitters. It's going to be a save for Jordan Hicks. Justin Maxwell gets the victory, and we win game number 3, 1-0. 3 straight 1-0 games here in the NLDS, and now here we are in game number 4 here in Great American Ballpark. Mackenzie Gore gets the start. The lefty is on the mound for them. 8 innings pitched so far in the postseason. He pitched that wild card game for the Reds. And now here we go. Ramel Coffer, our lefty, on the mound versus Gore. Here is Ozuna to lead off the game here. He gets that spot back. He gets one low and drives it deep. Ozuna with another leadoff home run. He just had a leadoff home run in the 1-0 victory in game number 3. And now he does the same here in game number 4. Back-to-back games with leadoff home runs. And Ozuna is just a monster. Remember, he was on track to be an all-star this year before he got hurt with that 2 to 3 month injury. And he returns with vengeance in the playoffs. Here we go with 1 out. We do get a base runner aboard, and that is Winker who takes the walk. Here is Nolan Arenado at the plate. He goes to right field. This one drops down. Aquino with the strong arm to third base. And now, here we go. Guys on first and second, 1 out. That's going to bring up Jeffrey Ramos, who we picked up off of the waiver wire. And he hits one deep to left field. This one's got carry. This one is gone. A great first inning here for the Denver Bears. Offense we haven't seen in the first 3 games. And we do take the commanding 4-0 lead in the first inning off of a hanging pitch over the middle of the plate. 102 velo off the bat of Ramos. It's now a 4-0 lead. On to the bottom of the first inning, though. Here's Coffer on the mound. He does give up a hit up the middle with 1 out. Zion Storm just cannot backhand that one. Patrick Dwyer at the plate. He reaches his bat out. He just gets enough wood on it, but it will just be caught by CJ as that brings up Nunez here with 2 outs. 3-2 pitch. The runner was on the move, and it's going to be a single to left field. And now with men on first and second, Donnie Bell at the plate. He hits one hard to left field as well. This one's going to be fielded by Ozuna. Thrown home, but way off the mark. And it's going to be a 4-1 game for the Denver Bears. As let's see if we can get out of this jam. Jonathan India at the plate. Ground ball to Zion Storm. Thrown on to first. And we will get out of this first inning, but Cincinnati gets 1 back. On to the top of the 4th inning. Jeffrey Ramos already 1 for 1 in this game with 1 home run. He goes to right field. This one should be at the wall, and it gets over. It's his 2nd home run of the game. How about Jeffrey Ramos picking him up off the waiver wire because of his defensive ability? But look at this offense he's showing in this game. He wants this series to be over in 4 games. On to the bottom of the 4th inning. Here is Coffer. He settled down here at the plate. That one will be a tapper in front of the plate. 1 out. That brings up Jonathan India. Ground ball up the middle. And another hit for India as he's on aboard. He's aboard here with 1 out for Cincinnati. That brings up Canario to the plate. This is going to be a fly ball to left. Benito with good speed will get to that one. And it will be 2 outs as that brings up Aristides Aquino to the plate, and he hits one to right field. This one will just be a can of corn for Ramos playing in right today, and we get through 4, only 1 run given up. On to the bottom of the 5th inning. This is going to be Reynolds at the plate, still facing Gore. They are keeping Gore in and allowing him to keep going, and that's going to be the last batter he faces. They go to the bullpen, and will bring in Corbin Burns, who is now playing for the Reds. He has been a spot starter for them, but mostly in the bullpen, 108 innings. Let's see what he can do facing Nolan Arenado with 2 outs. 3-2 pitch. This one's outside. Arenado hits this one well. This one's got carry. This one is gone. Another home run here for the Denver Bears. And how about this? Nolan Arenado coming through with Reynolds on base. And we have the 7-1 lead here in this inning. And Arenado just gets enough wood on this one, 375. So on to the 7th inning now. Here is Reynolds at the plate here with men on first and second. And it will be a single to left field. So now we start out this 7th inning. Bases loaded, no outs. Winker, he hits one well to right field. This one should be deep enough for a sacrifice fly, and it will. Aquino goes to third base, and it will be an 8-1 game. Arenado back at the plate. He went deep once. Is this his second? It's back at the track, and it's going to be just before the warning track. It will be run down by Aquino, but a 9-1 game. As that brings up Jeffrey Ramos. Already went deep twice, 2 for 3. He hits one well to right field. This one's got carry, and this one make it number 3. How about Jeffrey Ramos here in game number 4, having the best game of his career? 3 home runs, something I have never done in any MLB The Show series I have had the last 3 seasons, last 3 years, last 4 years. I don't even know how many years it's been, but this is the first time I've ever went deep with a player 3 times in a game. Bottom of the 9th inning action, ground ball. It's now a 14-1 game, and we will take the NLDS and return to the NLCS. And wow, what a game to close out the series. Matt Foster comes in, and he's been a guy that I have been very, very wary about because we signed him to a 2-year contract. Get him some confidence there in a 14-1 game as we head into the Championship League Series. 14-1. Ramos goes deep 3 times. Arenado goes deep. He has 3 RBIs. Ozuna really set the tone, though, with the leadoff home run to start out game number 3 and 4. And how about Jeffrey Ramos? He is a guy that I picked up off of waiver wires. He was an excellent all-around guy, but I really picked him up because of his defensive ability. But how does Atlanta let this guy go? I mean, how do they even move him down to the AAA, to their AAA affiliate? But looking at their MLB roster, I mean, is it because Will Benson may have been hurt and coming back from injury? I'm not sure. But, I mean, he's better than most of their outfielders. I cannot believe they let him go. But I guess another man's trash is another man's treasure. We'll pick him up and move on in the NLCS. We will face the New York Mets, who also beat the Cubs 3-1, as they have a slew of all-stars. And you can just see the superstars they have on their team: Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor. They also have Kyle Lewis, who they've had since season number 2, I believe. They traded for him. And then don't forget, they also have Byron Buxton, who did not have an at-bat in the NLDS. Very, very interesting. Looking closer at Buxton, he's interesting because we actually were one of the teams that were fielding him, courting him, I should say, in free agency the year we signed Luis Severino. We were deciding between Byron Buxton and Luis Severino, and I'm glad we went after Severino because look at this. After the contract year he had with Minnesota, he hit free agency, signed a $38 million a year deal, and hit 227, 224, 225, 229, and 223. You want to talk about maybe the biggest bust signing in Mets history? This could be it right here. How can you be that bad making $38 million a year? Incredible. So we will go into the NLCS with home field advantage. We will take on the Mets. I'm not sure who will get the start in game 1. I'm thinking Severino again, but I want to see what Mike Salucci can do in game number 2 because I like the matchup that we can possibly have with Soroka against their number 3 starter. We'll have to see. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. The Bears move on here in the playoffs. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tenant. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bible in the dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side, this how we slide. This how we ride, yeah, this how we